Hello, challengers! Welcome to your challenge group. I have a bunch of stuff I want to go over with you today, just so that you can get started right and understand what exactly you've gotten yourself into. Chances are, if I helped bring you in, you're probably a little unclear, but you're probably very excited. So I'd like to give that excitement some direction and give you some explanation of what's going to be happening over the next few months that we're together. Now, if you're in the group, you have one of two roles. I'm getting attacked by my hair. Okay. You have one of two roles. You are either a challenge group member or you're a coach on the coach team. So let me explain a little bit about what each of those roles are so that you know what you're supposed to be doing. If you are a challenge group member, you're actually going to follow the startup list that I'm going to read you through during this video, and you're going to follow the participant rules, which I'll discuss during this video. If you're a coach, I simply need you to include yourself on the coach team document, and we will get a job for you, and you will have a little bit of responsibility in the group so that we all share it and nobody gets, nobody slips through the cracks because with all of us together, we'll be able to cover everything. So as you join the group, I want to give you a little bit of an idea of what the structure is going to be like, what you can expect from what you are expected to do each day, and then I'll go through the list, and we will hopefully get you out of here within 20 minutes. So what you can expect in the group is each day there will be different types of posts. There will be something like, it's Motivational Monday. Please share your favorite quote or music video or picture, something like that. And then there might be, it's Thankful Thursday. What are you thankful for? And little things like that where we interact and we actually work together. So you might get some small daily assignments that you would need to be part of. Now, in addition, you're going to have two things that are required from you every single day. And that's that you share a picture every day while you're in the group. Now, this is going to be a picture of your post workout. So, all covered in sweat. The sweatier, the better. The more sweat you get, the more comments you're going to get. The redder your face is, the more we're going to be all in there. And that's shared privately in this group. So, you don't have to worry about your Facebook friends seeing it or anything like that. It's just for us, and we'll all be posting those. The other, now, if it's a rest day, you'll actually post a picture of either your Shakeology or a healthy meal that you ate that day. If you post a healthy meal, we'd love the recipe because it is wonderful to share resources that way. So feel free to include that. Now, the other thing that we're going to ask you to do is to participate on another person's post. Now, as a rule, I like to say if you click like, you have to comment. So there's no just like scrolling through like, kind of half there, checked out, doing other things, but really being engaged with the group and really building a bond and being supportive to the people that are in here. So I am going to ask that at a minimum, you actually do comment on one other person's post, their picture that day, in addition to the little assignment that we have, which might be like, tell us about an excuse you're making or whatever, right? So those are our little assignments. The more you comment, the better. One of the really interesting things about this group is the people who give the most usually have the best results. And I don't know if it's because they have more of a responsibility or they like the people more or they know them better because they're paying attention. But for whatever reason, the more you give in these groups, the more comments you give, the more encouragement you give, the more you talk through problems, you will actually have better results. There's a huge, huge key in this to just being friends with each other. So that's what you can expect on a daily basis. That's all we're asking for you. And that's just so that we know what you're up to. If all of a sudden you went 3 days, we didn't see a picture, we would know to go, something's going on with her or him. Where are they? What's going on? And it might be time to shoot a text over or an email and say, what's up, right? What's going on? And that's why these work is because we have that level of accountability, but we can't know that we need to reach out unless you're providing that on a daily basis for us, and then we see like a difference or a change in mood or whatever. So that's what's expected from you on a daily basis. What's really cool is you actually have a coach team that will lead you through this. It's not just me. You might have me and one other coach or up to 5 total coaches in a group. And each coach is going to have a little responsibility. That way we can provide you everything that you need. You'll have one coach who's going to help you with food things, and they can look at your MyFitnessPal tracking or your meal plan or whatever you'd like. You'll have another coach who's going to remind you about our weigh-ins that we do, which we'll talk about in a little bit. We'll have another coach who's just there for motivation and fun, things of that nature. We'll have somebody who reminds you about the calls and other things like that. And that's going to be really helpful so that you don't have to remember so much on your own. You can focus on your journey, and we're there to lead you and support you. And there's always someone there to answer your question because it's not just me who might only be available, this hour of the day, but we're here all day. So it actually works out really, really well. Um, it's going to obviously be your coach and some other coaches that also have people in the group. So it works out really well. You'll enjoy it a lot. Now, I want to go over quickly with you the startup list so that you understand what it is that you're doing because I know it can be confusing. If you've never worked with Facebook documents before, that can be confusing enough in itself. So I'm going to walk through the list and I'll explain each item as the list comes through. You know what? I'll move the list over here. Try to move the list. There's the list. Okay. Okay, so the first thing on the list is watching this video. Congratulations, you're doing a great job so far. A+ so far. Now the next one is actually just to add your basic information to the participant document. And that lets us know who your coach is, where you live, how old you are, what program you're doing. And the reason why we gather that information is because later on, we're actually going to pair you up with someone. And that's going to be super awesome. You guys are going to enjoy that. I'm going to pair you up with someone, and that's going to be your buddy. Now, I don't give partners until week 2. And the reason I do that is because I want people who make it through that first weekend. A lot of people get excited about things, and they don't stick around. And I'm not going to give you a partner that's not going to be here. So I wait 1 week. If they start again on that Monday, awesome. We know they're in. We're going to have them for the long haul. You'll get a partner Tuesday. So that's how we do the partnerships. And the partnerships will also be based on the third item, which is making your introduction video. So what we're going to do is everyone's just going to make a very short little video. This is quite easy. If you have a phone, an iPad, a webcam, really anything, a camera, most cameras actually have like a video capability. Just turn that bad boy on, start talking to your phone, start talking to whatever, and you'll upload that. My personal recommendation is to upload it as a private video on YouTube so that you can reference it later. They're a little easier to find. If that's not something that you want to take on or want to try to figure out how to do, that's no problem. Just pop right into the group here and upload it. It's actually really simple if you are doing it from a phone or an iPad or something like that, because you can actually just put share and it'll upload for you right onto Facebook. It's quite simple. So what I would like you to tell us in that video is just a little bit about yourself. Why did you join? What are your goals? Where you're from? Do you've got kids? You're married? Tell us about you. And I am going to ask that you watch everyone else's video as well. The coaches will not be making videos for you just because, not that I don't want you to get to know them, but because you're going to be watching enough videos as it is. Keep them short. Just keep in mind, we're going to have to watch 15, 20 videos. So over I give you the first week. I don't make you do it all right away. So just consider that people are going to have to watch them, but we do want to get all that information from you. So that should be really fun for you guys. I love watching them. You'll enjoy it. Finally, the next one, you're just going to read the commitments of the group, and they're very simple. Do your workouts, drink your Shakeology, don't be a jerk. Like, it's not a lot. I'm not asking a lot from you. I just want to be clear what's expected of you so there's no confusion later. We are going to ask that you add yourself to the Saturday weigh-in document, which is just your statistics every Saturday morning. And that is going to just be where we keep your information. Do not put your weight on there. That makes people very uncomfortable. I don't need that from you. What we're going to do is each week when you weigh in or measure, depending on what's comfortable for you, what you would like to be basing your loss on, or gain if you are putting on mass, you will simply put a plus or a minus, whatever the amount was. Oh, I lost 2 pounds, -2. Nobody needs to know your weight. That's totally your business. I am going to ask that you put the group accountability call on your calendar. And I ask you to put it on your calendar because life is so busy and you're going to be taking on all these new things already. To try to remember to be on a call is just crazy. So put them on your calendar, put a little reminder, maybe like 15 minutes in advance. And put it on whatever calendar you use to manage your life. If you got your kids' sports on this one, and put it up there. So just that you remember. The calls are Thursday night at 5 Pacific. So that's 6, 7, 8, depending on the time zone, right? So I live in San Diego, so my time zone is the Pacific time zone, and there at 5 p.m. What you'll do each Thursday is you'll actually jump onto my fitness page, which is just facebook.com/Amber's Fitness. And there'll be a little roll call there for you. And you'll just pop you don't need to write your name because that'll come up with the comment, right? So you'll actually just place the name of the program that you're doing in the comment line and hit enter. And that'll be how I know you're on the call. And as I go through the call, I will call on you and you'll have some sort of discussion point during that phone call. And by having the program there, that can help me give you the appropriate advice. So if you say that you're stuck with something and or you can't get through a certain workout, it's helpful for me to know what workout you're doing so I can give you the proper advice. That's why we use that as the roll call. I do ask that you be on the call unless you have a work or a school situation. I understand that I cannot expect everyone who joins our group to all of a sudden have Thursday nights off from work and school and their kids, soccer games. I get it. I can tell you that I honestly believe that these phone calls are a big distinction in success, huge success, average, and then dropout, right? It's kind of where everyone falls. People have huge success are super engaged. So don't make it optional if you don't have to, right? Because we're here for you. And it's an incredible bonding experience. You get to really feel like you're not alone. And you get to ask advice from myself right there on the call. And we really get to work through some stuff. So I hope that you'll be there. So sorry I have a cold right now. Doing my best not to fall apart on your video here. Okay. There's going to be a little note on how to take measurements and how to take pictures. What you're going to do is you're just going to shoot those measurements and pictures right to your coach. If I'm your coach, then that's me. And if someone else is your coach, then you'll send them to them. And they will just go ahead and keep those. And we're not going to look at those. We're just going to file them away. No worries. I might say thank you. For the most part, I don't even look at them away. Make a note that you sent them. We'll check mark and go, okay, good. And they're going to do that every 30 days that we're together. So that can be 30 days in this group, or if you go into another group, each 30 days. And what's awesome is when you finish your transformation, we'll be able to put together side-by-side pictures, and really show you what you've done. And this is huge because the scale just does not tell the whole story. It just doesn't at all. I have people all the time who are ready to quit. They're ready to quit. They're ready to throw in the towel. And I go, you know what? Shoot me a picture. Shoot me a picture. I'll make you a side-by-side. Mind blown by the changes in their body that they can't see because you just don't look at yourself from that angle, or you see yourself every day. So that is a requirement. I know that's uncomfortable. That might suck for you a little bit, but it is a requirement to be in the group. So you're gonna have to push forward. You'll really appreciate it in the end. I promise. You're gonna join a tracking service called MyFitnessPal. This is a free app for your phone, iPad. You can use your computer. I personally am a computer person myself. I don't do a lot on my phone, so I use that, and it'll just be tracking what you eat each day, and that will make it really, really easy for you to see where you're coming on your calories. And what's good about this is if you get stuck at a plateau, or you're really tired, or you're just not seeing the weight loss that you want to see, whoever's in charge of the food can pop onto your MyFitnessPal and go, well, it looks like maybe your sodium was a little higher. Oh, you're really under eating actually, or can we shift some of your carbs over to protein? And that will actually help us give you quality advice. So I'm going to ask that you do that. Sometimes we do little contests for best tracking, things to keep you excited about it, because I know it can be tedious and boring, but I think you'll really enjoy it, seeing it over the long term, and you'll see the impact that it can have. There is a personal development aspect to this challenge. If you came in through me, then you knew about that in advance, and if you didn't, surprise, you're reading a book. The personal development aspect to this challenge is called the compound effect. My personal take on it is I got the audiobook because I can listen to it while I drive or while I'm doing the dishes or whatever. That for me is more likely to happen than for me to sit down and actually read a book. But I also have it on the app for my Kindle, which I don't actually have a Kindle, but the Kindle app goes on like everything. So I can read it online on my computer. I can read it on my phone or on my iPad, whatever. So there's the audio version, there's the electronic version, and then you can just go out and buy the book. It's on Amazon. I think the audio's on iTunes. People get it at Barnes and Noble. I've seen it at Walmart. It's like $10. It's not an expensive book at all, and it will change your life. And if you're rolling your eyes at me right now, that's fine. I can take it, but I can tell you, you're going to be the person who gets the most out of it. Whoever rolls their eyes, you're going to be the person that gets the most out of it. If you want to get a head start, you can actually Google Compound Effect Chapter 1, or even just go to compoundeffect.com. And the first chapter is available in PDF, so you can get a little sneak preview. Finally, I'm going to ask that you text your first and last name with a hilarious joke to myself, and then make sure that your coach has it as well. So my number's there in the document for you, and then you should have your coach's phone number. The hilarious joke is required. And so at the very end, after you've texted everybody, you're just going to go back to that document and you're going to just text that, not text, type that you're done. And that's how I know who's finished and who's actually moving forward in the challenge with us, is to, when I see those comments come through, I'm done. I just sent my text. Cool. Check. This person's moving forward. And then if that's not complete when we start, then we just remove you and we just assume this wasn't a good time for you to get started. And then you can get in touch with your coach to find a group at a later date that might be more appropriate for you. So that's pretty much everything on getting started and sort of your daily requirements. I wanted to touch a little bit on meal plans because I know this is a big pain point for some people. So the two things that are important for you to understand is your meal plan and your workout schedule. Some people have pointed out to me that they don't realize that their stuff comes with an explanation, with books, with cookbooks, with a menu, with a schedule. So there's a lot that actually comes with your program, even if you got a very small program like the Hip Hop Abs or Rock and Body, and it's just a few papers, or if you got the very in-depth one like P90X, and it's like, Encyclopedia Britannica over here. What you're going to do is you're going to actually look through your book, and in that book, you're going to find a place that's going to tell you how to do your calories. I think in Combat, it's on page 12, and Turbo Fire, it's on page 13. Mix those. Combat's 13, Turbo Fire's page 12 of the nutrition guide. It'll actually walk you through how to figure out how many calories you're supposed to eat. Chances are it's not going to match your MyFitnessPal. We are going to change it with MyFitnessPal. So you'll actually manually set your calories in MyFitnessPal. And because we're manually setting your calories, you're not going to track your workouts in there because that will then change your calories. We know what your workout calories are going to be. It's been worked into the formula of the book. We don't need them to help us. So go ahead and set your calories in MyFitnessPal based on the work that you do in your workbook for your program, and then don't worry about tracking your workouts at all. Now with the program guide, you'll then have a selection of menu items. Most of the programs come with some sort of 7-day quick start, 5-day quick start, 6-day slim down, and you can start off with that. I recommend that you do start off with whatever that is, and that's usually right the page after the calorie count. Now, Turbo Fire no longer comes with one. However, I have the one that used to have on my blog, and I love it. And I think it's the best one ever. I think everyone should do it, but that's your call. And it's just creatingadestiny.com, and then you can go to the recipe section, and it's Turbo Fire Inferno Plan. It's 5 days. Excellent, excellent menu. But most of them do come with something. What I'm going to ask you to do is to create your meal plan from this book. So you'll simply go through and say, okay, well, I need to make 1,800 calories. I'll pick a breakfast, I'll pick a lunch, I'll pick a dinner, and I'll fill in with snacks from here until I get to 1,800. Don't focus too much on anything else. Just use the book for now. Now, if that just blew your mind and there's no way you could put together a meal plan like that, you do, as a challenge group member, if you bought a challenge pack, have access to the online version with Beachbody for the first 30 days. That is something that you can actually go on and set up a whole thing. It's a little complicated to use, in my opinion. But if you're more of like, I can't wrap my head around putting something together myself, you can pop in there and use what they have for you. I do have a very, very long video that a coach made on how to use every function in that meal planner. If that's something you're interested in, reach out to me and we'll get you that video. For the most part, though, I do like you to make your own meal plans because I feel like you can pick stuff that you like, that your kids are gonna like, that your husband's gonna like, that you can tweak a little bit to fit your family. That maybe you can pick 3 chicken recipes so you can buy chicken in bulk, right, to save money, versus letting a computer sort of just do its thing. You might end up spending a little bit more money than you need to, and you might end up with things that your kids are going, what is this? So those are my thoughts, but you do have to have a meal plan. And then you'll track that meal plan, those meal plan calories on your MyFitnessPal, and you'll include any little cheats that you might do, and you won't include anything if you skip a meal. You do need accurate calories. So that's how that works with the meal plan. And then the schedule with your workout is very simple. You're just going to follow whatever it came with for the most part. For the most part, it's just standard issue, like it's right there. Calendar. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like it just goes right through. here's your 30 days, here's your 60 days, here's your 90 days, whatever it is. And you're just going to follow it step by step. Now, you might not have the rest days in the right order that you need them. Maybe Wednesday you go to school and work, and there's just no way that you're going to be able to work out that day. But Saturday is a rest day for you, and you have all the time in the world on Saturday. Sweet, move the day. Now, there's some little things like you don't want to work the same body parts in a row. So if it's arm day and then a break and then arm day, you're going to have to make some modifications there. Or with like a Turbo Fire program, you don't want to do 2 HIIT workouts in a row. She says that right in the video. Well, okay, if you're shifting everything up a day, you should be fine, but just be cognizant of what you're changing, but make sure that it works for you. I want this to fit into your life. We're not trying to fit you into a box or a mold. We're trying to make success fit around what you have going on. So whatever you need to do is totally fine. With that said, the last thing I want to talk about really quickly is partners, and then I'll let you go. So the partnership is actually really cool. The partnership, you're going to actually get someone who's been matched with you based on, age, marital status, having kids, where you live, what program you're doing, and just general energy in the group. So I get to observe for that first week and really feel you guys out and see who's who and who's going to be a good fit together. And then we give you a buddy. Now this buddy relationship is all yours. My personal recommendation is friend each other on Facebook, send each other text messages, maybe email. I know text is usually best because you can quickly go, oh my God, I want to go to the drive-thru so badly, like stop me, right? And you can reach out to each other. Now, I do have a rule that if you don't hear from your partner for 48 hours, you have to tell me. You have to tell me or one of the coaches who's in charge. Because one, that makes you be a better partner because you'll have to reach out because you don't want to be the partner that didn't say anything for 2 days, right? I don't want you guys going under the radar when things are going wrong. I want you to talk it out. I want you to reach out. That's what we're here for. It's not about doing it perfectly. It's about finishing together and seeing it through. So also, it helps me know that if your partner goes off, disappears, there's a lot of people in this group. I can't keep track of everyone every second of every day. But if it's 2 days, hey, I haven't heard from her. She didn't tell me she's going on vacation. I don't know where she is. I don't know what's going on. Well, I want to talk to her, right? Or I want to reach out to her coach and say, hey, I think something's going on. So we can get them back on track because oftentimes when people fall off, they feel terrible about coming back because they feel like ashamed or whatever. And it's our job to make sure that that doesn't happen in the group and that we bring everyone back instead of letting them go when something goes wrong. Life happens. Life gets crazy. We want this to be, a soft place for you to land with a little bit of tough love. So you will have a partner. And in my opinion, that's one of the best parts of the group. So that is everything that I have for you. I hope that gives you a little bit of explanation of what you got yourself into. Please complete your list before the Monday that you are starting. Now, you may notice people start on different days. That's okay. We've worked that out. Everyone gets a partner that's going to be here with the time that they're going to be here. But by the Monday that you are starting, you have to be complete. There'll be information, obviously, in the participant list that shows that you get to tell us when you're starting. So we will know if you're supposed to be done. So if that Monday comes and it's not done, I don't see a comment from you, I don't see your introduction video, no worries. I'm just going to remove you and assume it wasn't a good time, and you can reach out to your coach after that. But for everyone else who does it, we are getting started on an incredible journey together. I am super excited to be able to coach you. I understand that this is scary, and you're probably nervous, and you're scared to fail, and you've invested a lot of money, and you're going, oh God, like this needs to work. I take that responsibility very seriously, and so does your coach team. We are here for you until the end. We want to see you succeed. We know that you can do this. I know that you can do this. I'm absolutely 110% sure that this is possible for you. And it's going to be an incredible couple of months together, and hopefully, an incredible rest of our lives together as we all become friends and stay in each other's lives going forward with these positive changes and become each other's support network. So welcome. Reach out on the wall. If you have any questions, please don't send Facebook messages or emails because you know what? It's going to take me 3 times as long to answer you, and chances are someone else has the same question you do. So just pop it on the wall. We're all friends here. Nobody else on Facebook can see it. We're here to support you, and then the first person who can answer it will answer you. We'll get you started right, and we will make sure that you have success all the way through. Have an awesome rest of your day. And now we'll see if I can turn off the video behind all these screens. There it is. Have a great day, you guys.